Yo, what up? What up? Good morning, GMG. Let's see. What is Thursday? Let's go. Holy fuck. Thursday. September 12th, 2024. Four. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I have a little bit of cold. You might notice it in my voice. Feeling just fine. It's that time of year. Also, both of my kids are in new schools, new classes. That probably has something to do with it. But I don't know. I'm feeling more and more bullish for Q4. October is coming.
October is coming to town, baby. You already know. I'm feeling great about it too, dude. I'm feeling so good about October. Look, every day the month of September ends. Look, the important event in September is over. My birthday. So now we can move along. Like the most important thing every year is September, right? September 7th is when the bull market starts. Boom, right? I told you guys. We hit the 30th. It'll bounce. Crypto literally bounce on my birthday, right? I turned 30 from 52K, and it's been a slow grind up. Now we're just gonna, work our way up slowly but surely until October. Then in November, Donnie T is gonna take it home. Inshallah. We hope so. Or not. and then we're gonna see it's gonna be up only for super cycle, right? That's super cycle what he's talking about. I even have a bull on my desk. Look at that. And a penguin. I have a whole ass zoo. I have this. They sent me this plushie, the toy that you can just throw around. It's been helping me out on the desk. Anyways, Mando, how you doing today?
Great, man. Yeah, doing absolutely fine. Don't know. Market seems good. We're back. We're kind of back.
Yeah. Market seems good. I mean, looks like it wants 60K before the weekend. And it looks like it wants another couple $1,000s after that. So the market is looking fantastic. Anyways, today on the show, just a reminder, we are live on video every single day. You already know the vibes. I'll post the broadcasting in a second when I'm done with the intros. But you can catch us on YouTube as usual, etc. And I'm pretty sure there are rewards set up on Myriad Markets at all times on our questing platform to retweet, post, and get points for interacting with Mando's minutes, with Tyler's minutes, and with my minutes. No, I'm just kidding. There's no minutes for me. Fuck that. But there's two best ones here on the show. But with the show in general, so you should check it out. So today on the show, daily market report as usual. Let's talk about how we're going to go head back right up to sending $4,000 with Mando. Tyler's top 100, 1,000, 1 million. Let's see what he's got in store for us. But I think there's a lot to talk about. Saw some crazy ape sale or whatever yesterday, and I'm sure you want to get in the details of that and a bunch of other stuff going on. Robot spins, 2 more. We tweaked the stuff yesterday. Look, it won't be perfect, but one thing's for sure. We're going to run it the same way as yesterday, but we changed the raffle deal in the back end. Obviously, we're not going to tell you guys what the changes are, but one thing's for sure. You have to come up on stage and you have to speak. You don't unmute, you don't win. Sorry. That's what I'm going to do now because you don't unmute, I'm going to assume that you're a bot. And if you can't unmute, I'm really sorry about that. But we're going to have to start doing that. So you're going to have to come on stage and unmute to make sure that you are a real human. Anyways, this show is also powered by Galaxis, a no-code Web3 platform that empowers creators and communities to become owners. Check out Galaxis XYZ on X. You can see how to spell the name right at the bottom left or right of the screen and check it out. But anyways, without further ado, Mando, tell me how the bull market is back.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Mando. Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So yeah, it does feel like we're a little bit back. Bitcoin, Sol, ETH, all higher. Looks like Bitcoin and Solana slightly beating ETH today. Sui has probably been the main mover in L1s. That's up another 20%. I think it broke above $1 for the first time in a long time for Sui. So yeah, decent move there. The broader stock market had a little bit of a wobble just when the CPI figure came out and then decided that they liked it. everything started rallying. Stocks are again now kind of close to all-time highs. So whatever wall we had is seemingly been bought up. You had a big rally in chip stocks today, or at least yesterday, after some comment by the NVIDIA CEO. It does look like it's going to be a 25 bip rate cut now next week. We'll just be looking for the guidance from what Jerome Powell says really in the press conference. It's so just everything seems to be okay again. Like we're heading maybe back towards 60K. That higher low looks a bit more clear now, So I think people are getting a little bit more build up on that being the potential move. We had that like drop back down, and then we've rallied back, and so now we can kind of hope to build upon that. I don't know where the liquidation levels are, but I would imagine that there's quite a lot clustered around that 60K area. So I would say it's an above 50% probability here that we head towards 60K in the coming days. Like I would put like 70 to 80% probability that happens, just because it was a higher low, and let's just see how far we go. But it feels as though you'll at least have some sort of resistance around 60K, and we'll see what happens around that. The obviously you have token, you have breakpoint, which I think people will be getting more build up into. A lot of expectations, particularly on Solana there. There was some news today that FTX, their estate has actually unstaked 25 million of Solana and may look to sell it. They still have around $1 billion, it seems, which I actually wasn't aware of. But I thought they'd gotten out of everything. So, but yeah, it looks like if that becomes, and obviously we've already spoken about the fact that we have some large unlocks happening early next year, but just expect to see quite a few of these headlines over the next 3 months, I would say, and people making a big deal out of them. I actually think versus Solana's inflation, it's actually not that, it's not that crazy. We're talking about like probably closer to like 3% unlocks here, 3-4%, and Solana inflates at like 6 to 7% a year. But just like you've seen with when Vitalik sells like 400 grand worth of ETH, it just creates a lot of FUD. So yeah, there was some light FUD around Solana there. Sui has been just gaining ground as like not necessarily in users or anything else on that, but just in terms of an L1 that people are seeing as being a good play here. I own 0 Sui, but yeah, maybe something to
Grant.
I think that the Grayscale Trust went launched today.
Yeah, so yeah, the Grayscale, which was previously announced, they've launched today. I think they also launched an XRP one today, so that's probably partly for it. But yeah, people just generally getting more bullish. So
I can feel it in the air, right?
Yeah. Meme coins had an okay day today. It feels as though Popcat is probably the best performing one out of the major coins. FWOG is kind of heading back up towards all-time high. The Simon's Cat coin on Binance had a big airdrop on the back of I think from Floki holders. That's rallying pretty hard. I think it's up to around $200 million now. So yeah, good, not incredible. It still feels as though meme coins as a whole are not the best thing, best sector at least at the moment, but still not like completely down the dumps.
Yeah. Well, guess we'll see where that takes us. Do we have any? You already talked about the numbers we got coming on, but it's pretty well. That Popcat, someone's saying Popcat flipping bonk next month. I mean, we'll see, but Popcat's been like really like performing like crazy, huh? Like even versus MOG, when you look at it, it's like 2x I think it's like nearly 2 times the market cap.
Yeah, Popcat's done out of all the major Solana meme coins. I mean, Whiff did put in a decent bottom. Like it's. I
mean, look at this, though, right?
Yeah, but yeah, Popcat looks good. Looks like it's heading towards $1 billion.
Wow. What about Whiff? Let's see. I mean, I feel like every time I look at Whiff, it's at 1.5. Yeah,
Whiff just put in a bottom. It feels like a pretty strong bottom around 1.5. So we can see what happens there. Popcat looks like it might push on.
What is Tyler shilling us in the DMs?
Look at the Sundog chart.
Shit, that's actually not bad.
Like we were joking about it.
Jesus.
300 million.
They got a buyback listing yesterday, I think.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
So Sundog as the. I mean, that was also around that sort of level for a bit. Sundog is just kind of stayed where it's at the whole time. Tron meme coins, people talk about them a little less, but it does feel as though Sundog is going to be the what was the one on AVAX? The Cockinu. Feels like that's going to dominate that chain for sure.
I think a lot of people thought they were just going to go to zero like super fast, and I guess probably most of the downstream ones did. But you know,
I mean, AVAX is the big one next month, right? If we're gonna trade events, right? You have Solana's breakpoint next week, which usually gets it's pretty strong, and then you have AVAX Summit. I think it's in Buenos Aires. Yeah, was invited. Maybe I should go to Argentina, have some nice steaks. I'm just kidding. I'm not leaving. You'll have to like either pay me a fuck ton of money or put a gun to my head to get me off my chair. But I know they have their event, so maybe that'll be something. We'll see. Yeah. Seems like they rally around events.
People are saying the same about Sui. Sui's got its conference next month.
But I guess that's going to be a new meta, right? Like we buy into events and we dump into news.
That's all we've got left. It does feel as though, we're maybe returning to the tech, so to speak. So any of these big announcements around the conferences, people get pretty pulled up about. I think we'll probably return to like more of the left curve stuff when Bitcoin heads back towards.
Yeah, of course, across the board, like even ordinals and stuff like that. We just gotta wait, man. We just got to wait. Anyway, I mean, Bob Lucas is bullish as fuck. I mean, I won't get ahead of it because I know, Tyler, I think you got that set up and we got a few conversations to have. So why don't we segue right into that? Whoop.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on Fomo hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Our top story from today, it's in NFTs. So an Ape CryptoPunk sold for 10 ETH. It was being called the greatest CryptoPunk heist of all time, tied to a fractionalization protocol, which is now defunct. We'll get into the story in more detail here in a bit. OSF, shout out to OSF, announced he will redirect all of his personal royalties into Rect brands, signing alignment with the community ethos and the fund growth. And then Beeple is going to host a live election night event at Beeple Studios, not requiring an NFT and free to attend. So if you're around,
so fun.
That's going to be a good one if you're around. We got a lot of macro and international news this morning. Mando touched on it. We saw Grayscale launch the Sui Trust. It's up 20%. They also announced that they're set up to launch the XRP. That's up 8%. eToro settled with the SEC for $1.5 million and agreed to reduce its crypto services. We saw gold hit a new all-time high. Coinbase offering wrapped Bitcoin. I think it's CBWBTC. It's too many letters.
No, I think it's CBBTC, right?
Okay, CBBTC. Yeah, that's it. It'll be usable on ETH and Base. That is a big headline. We saw Swift announce a partnership with major banks to connect Swift to ETH Sequoia as it experiments with digital assets. Prometheum. This was an interesting story. They went live as the first fully registered crypto special purpose broker deal. So they're basically the first potentially SEC compliant, and they are going to allow trading crypto tokens as securities. So they're effectively saying they are securities. They've got ETH, Uni, ARB, OP, and GRT to start. Big day of international news as well. So Reuters reported that India has led the way in global crypto adoption for the second year in a row. So crypto growing the most in India. Singapore's usage of stablecoins has doubled in Q2 compared to Q1, up to $1 billion now. Then the UK introduced a bill to classify crypto assets and NFTs as personal property, giving them certain recognition and protections. A couple pieces of protocol news before we round out the list. Myriad, shout out to Myriad, shared new details about its prediction market in a long-form article on X, sharing its vision of an interconnected media system where users, creators, and advertisers are all rewarded. Go check that out. Also, interestingly, this morning, right before the show, the judge from that prediction market Kalshi case, she provided her longer opinion on the case. She actually did cite that Chevron ruling and how the CFTC does not have authority to go after Kalshi. So it does seem like the door is opening in the United States for election markets. And then Radium introduced a new burn to earn feature regarding locking concentrated liquidity more easily. And that's it. There's a lot of stories to unpack and get into there.
There is definitely a lot to unpack. Definitely check out the Myriad article. I actually pinned it to the top. as you mentioned. I mean, let's start with this punk sale. I mean, that was and the story got crazier and crazier and crazier as the tweets started going out. I mean, who wrote the best thread so I can share on stream? Is this Saigar? I think Saigar did, but this was absolutely
the one I retweeted. I think was the one that broke the story. I think that was a good one. And I can kind of help retell it here this morning, just sort of to set the stage. Just 6 days ago, an Ape CryptoPunk sold for 620 ETH, or about $1.5 million. So that's how valuable these assets are. Well, yesterday afternoon, one sold for 10 ETH. That's why it's being called the greatest CryptoPunk heist of all time. So what went down? It was purchased due to what I'm calling like a contract loophole in a now defunct fractionalization site. It was fractionalized on Niftex years ago. That site is no longer functional. There were 10,000 shares of the punk distributed across several holders. It remained fractionalized on the site and in the escrow contract, even though the site had become dysfunctional. Fast forward to roughly 2 weeks ago, someone figured out the loophole in this contract, allowing a buyout with a 14-day grace period for holders to accept or reject the buyout. But if they didn't reject it, and they had to reject it by bidding a slightly higher amount, so you just couldn't say no. You had to effectively do a counter bid. If no shareholders did that, the buyout would go through. So the heister submitted a 0.001 ETH bid per share. That's 10,000. That's 10 ETH in total. Yesterday it went through, and they were able to acquire the punk for 10 ETH. But the story gets worse. So there was a failed block attempt. Notable Ape punk owner G Money had tried to block the buyout from happening. He was apparently alerted to the situation late on Tuesday. He is notably an 8% holder of the share, so one of the bigger holders as well. He tried to block the buyout by bidding 0.000001 ETH per share. That's not enough. It had to be at least 0.001 ETH or higher for a successful block. No one realized this, apparently, including G Money. The block failed. The heister ended up getting the punk for 10 ETH, and it already has a 600 ETH bid on this thing. So the person's looking at a $1.4 million flip here.
I mean,
action.
Congratulations, OSF. That was impressive heist that he just pulled. I mean, he's got 2 aliens and an ape now, which is really impressive. So here's the craziest part, right? So they had to bid 0.001000001 ETH, and they bid 0.001, and so they missed it. So G Money submitted a counterclaim of 0.0000001 ETH. He was short by he was short at this point. If any other shareholder could have bid 10,000 way, 2/10 trillionths of a cent, it would have blocked it. So they were short by 2/10 trillionth of a cent. This is insane. Can we also, is this really a heist?
I think that's the debate. I mean, clearly, like, it's not like they didn't actually steal it. Like they went through the rules of the smart contract. So there's nothing illegal about it. I think there's debates of whether or not it's ethical. I'm on the camp that it's likely an unethical thing to do. Just kind of putting myself in the camp of the shareholders here. I've got a little bit of a, it's not quite tinfoil hat, but I guess as I've been thinking about this and chatting with a few friends, why did anyone go public with this? Like that's so at least a handful of people knew about this. Yeah. And apparently we're all just chatting in DMs about this. Like, you're going to let a $1.5 million asset go for 23K without alerting people who, like, the people could, the devs like OX quit. So these guys could solve this in 15 minutes. Yeah. But no one did. Why not? Like, were they all planning to do their own takeovers? That's my tinfoil hat.
I saw G Money tweet about this the day before. He actually put out a public tweet. Yeah. So he did tweet, but he didn't say why.
No, he didn't. Exactly. He said, "Who's the founder of Niftex?" He didn't.
He said, "Who's the founder of Niftex? I need to speak to somebody urgently." And I remember I was just like, "Oh, I have no idea what's going on." What he did there was the minimum increase in bid that you possibly could do, right? So maybe G Money was also trying to steal this.
That's what I meant. I think so too.
Or maybe he was trying to do it in a funny, like, maybe he wasn't trying to steal it. Maybe he just guessed that it was going to be a pointless thing where they'd both be driving it up, and that would be dumb. but G-Money increased it by the minimum possible amount, which makes me think that, yeah, like he wanted to play a game maybe and see, and he just didn't calculate it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. G-Money didn't call it high. He said it's an ARP. The smart contract worked as intended. If you want decentralized systems, you have to take the good with the bad. It's part of the game. It's why we're here. If you don't like those rules, you probably shouldn't be playing. Because last I checked, I don't think code is law.
He's defending the heister, which gives more credence to. I don't want to come out and accuse him of too much, but it's also, it seems like the rationale that someone who perhaps was looking to play the same game themselves might say.
Yeah, sure. He was trying. I mean, I think it's pretty open that he was trying to play the same game. Like, you would only do a bid like that if you were, well, you were probably maybe did it like as a joke, you know, like, oh, you missed that.
Are you guys saying G-Money's behind this?
No, he's not behind it at all.
I don't think he's behind it. No,
but I think he was clearly trying to do the same sort of, I don't know, funny win as this other guy was. He just miscalculated it. But it is crazy he didn't tell anyone. Yeah, like I kind of, because it would then be another 2 weeks, right? You would assume.
That's so funny.
Maybe he hoped that it would be like an auction in the back where he would be able to win it if it went up to a certain level or something like that.
He said he was informed by random.
It wasn't his bid, was it? It was actually the gas that he didn't put up. He went for the minimum, but the gas didn't put it through because it was onto the gas, which is kind of wild when you think about it.
That's it. It's a 10,000 way. I reached out to 2 blockchain chats I know. Jason, the owner. That's crazy. He was 0.000000000000001 ETH off.
It's brutal.
And now there's a 600 ETH bid. We know the guy who's got it, right? It's he PFP'd it. What's his name?
Really?
Yeah. We do. Hold on. Deez told me. There you go. It's this guy. Apparently it's this guy.
DX Cozy.
Yeah.
Wow, I missed this detail.
Apparently it's this dude over here. Yeah. That's what Sobi and these were saying. And then they sent me this link.
Did he post about it?
He did. Yeah, he did. He says, when you think about it in GCR terms, 10 ETH is fair value in USD. So
wow. Yeah, looks like this actually might be the person. So
it is. And then he answered, new punk floor was just set.
So what do we think? What do they think they do? Are they going to sell it? I think they're going to hold it.
I mean,
they haven't already slammed it.
I wouldn't take 600 ETH, dude. This thing is worth. Let's go look at how much this thing is actually worth.
Yeah, it's a fair offer. 620, the last one moved for.
I take
you take 600. I mean, liquid. I take 600 right away because money's money.
No, but I also mean like you don't want to be sitting there with a.
It's a weird punk.
With a lawsuit on your hands, but
who's gonna sue him? All the people that collectively own the piece when the guy with 8% just admitted that it's fair game. Like literally, G-Money went on the record saying it's fair game, right?
So who else was the major owner of this? Who was the original owner? Because surely they probably had the majority of the shares.
Let's find out. So let's go to the apes. Let's go to Ape. It's 24 of them. It's this one, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it hasn't had. Wow, it's been. Oh, look at that. Danny bid on this in 2020. So funny.
Of course he did.
Broken Angels sold it to Mr. T-Punks. Mr. T-Punks wrapped it, and it looks like there was this guy that then wrapped it. Right? Transfer. Look to this. Yeah, on September 11th. No, see, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So it looks like it's this guy, Mr. T-Punks.
Held it for 4 years.
Because you can assume that he would still have owned. Normally when they did this fractionalization, people kept hold of the majority of the shares.
Yeah. It looks like it was Mr. T. It looks like, wow, look at the bids on that thing. Back then, it was 900 ETH. Fuck. Okay, so what's the top bid on an ape right now? So Floor Ape. Last ape sold 6 days ago for 620 ETH. So yeah, I guess 600 ETH is fair value, though. This is a nicer ape, you could argue, but I don't know. I guess
it's nicer, but it's tainted. Like now, this is the heist ape.
Yeah,
but that's bullish though.
That straight away at 600.
I'm taking the 600.
I mean, 600 ETH is a lot of Solana. So
take the ETH and immediately convert it all.
Absolutely.
Why not just go straight to Popcat?
Dude,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very
Sell
much.
the ETH, you know, buy some fucking MOG and buy some Solana. You know, that's 600 ETH is a lot of soul, you know? Anyway, so look, congratulations to the winner here. You know, it looks like you just bagged the 600 ETH day. So congrats on that for sure. Maybe more to unfold the story. Let us know if you guys think it's a heist in the comments. We'll be able to read some out loud. But it seems like the people seem to think that this is not a heist. So we'll see where that takes us.
Everyone likes a good heist story. You know what I mean?
What are some of the crazy? I feel like there's been crazier heists though. Like when we talk about heists, like these like crazy like hacks, or like people have lost like I don't know how many apes in one go.
Mm.
You know, I feel like there's been like some crazier heists here. Anyways, Tyler, what else you got for us? So Ovi, I mean, it's ironic that Ovi goes full generous on his art the day that that he wins an ape. You know, he just made 600 ETH. Unbelievable. I saw your response to him, Mando, calling him a bloke. I mean, tell us more about that.
Called him stop being such a good bloke. You know, he's just always doing this sort of random stuff. I mean, I knew about this for a long time, but it was just kind of funny. He just always thinking of new ways to just like give out it for free. That's like basically his whole mantra.
I love it. I
like it. Yeah, I like it too. I guess I'll share some a little bit more detail of the story for our listeners here. So
yeah,
yesterday OSF did announce 100% of future revenues and royalties from all of his new artwork will be earned by Wrecked Brands. It's a rolling 12-month agreement. The funds will be used to fund the growth of Wrecked Brands. And also he noted to give an edge in working with larger brands. I want to come back to that in a second. He also teased some exciting new drops coming. So look out for more coming from OSF here in perhaps Q4. I like the brand equity that you build with this, like with the community ethos, that the giving it back. I think it is a differentiator. I think for partners kind of looking to see who they want to connect with, advertise with, partner with, it's a good story.
I think some of the previous, like when, I don't know, Doodles or one of these other people, like they actually partner with a Web 2 firm, it's often like, oh yeah, this is a big deal, this helps our bags. But this is more like, because everyone owns equity now in this company, right? Like this is purely like you basically get a marketing group, right? Like of people that will probably buy the product, but also want to tell all their friends about it. Whereas before it was more like you got some exclusive digital collectible that like you hoped some person in the future would come and back. I would like, if you do this with consumer goods, like people will come in and they'll really want it to do well, and they'll tell a lot of people that you have, like, I don't know how many shareholders we have, but I think it's like 1,000, over 1,000, I think, something around that sort of level. But yeah, it's a good spot to be in, I think. And then this is another example. Yeah, you can do different deals.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what comes next. I can't wait to see his next art. That's for sure. It's been a while since he dropped some one of ones.
Got a big one. It's got a big one coming.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Cool.
Ooh, you got some alpha for us?
No.
It was a good break. I mean, the market, like, I feel like we needed the slowdown, but I don't know, it feels a little bit, the water's a little warmer. It's not ice cold in the digital art market these days. We've seen the momentum in X copy.
Yeah. So I mean, we could use another like open edition season,
Open edition season. I don't know if we'll have another one of those.
I'm playing. So that's good.
That's what's happening on base. Yeah, now we know what their orange, that they were teasing their orange logo yesterday. Now we know what the tease.
Exactly. But base has been teasing this orange logo thing, right? I don't know what it is. Is that the Bitcoin?
It's Bitcoin orange. Yeah, right. It's for their wrapped Bitcoin product, CBBTC.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
So tell us more about this CBBTC announcement.
Yeah, so Coinbase rolled out CBBTC. It's an ERC20 token. It's backed 1-to-1 by Bitcoin. It is held in Coinbase custody. This allows users to bridge their Bitcoin into the ETH and Base. ecosystem. So this allows them to access and basically use Bitcoin in DeFi. And that's one of the big drivers for this. You can use this Aave compound curve, so you can lend, borrow, you actually use your Bitcoin as more of a collateral in these platforms. They say the process is pretty streamlined. Send Bitcoin to an Ether-based address via Coinbase. They'll automatically convert it into CBTC for you, and then conversely, do the reverse conversion if you want to exit. So I think it's got to be like slightly bullish Bitcoin here, right? You know, it's more potential supply locked up in the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem. I think it's bullish base. You know, they're continuing to drive and push more assets and liquidity into the base ecosystem. So it seems like a pretty positive all around.
Yeah, absolutely crushing it. DeFi is so back. Vitalik in shambles. In other news, I mean, DeFi seems back. I mean, that's the main narrative on the timeline since that article has been DeFi, honestly. A lot of positive news coming up. So you absolutely love to see that. In other news, I mean, you know, that's also, I guess that's why OSF decided to do this thing again. OSF leading the charge. India leads global crypto adoption for second year in a row. Man, that's how many users? How many users are we talking about?
He's from Bangladesh. Well, at least his parents are. So that's pretty funny.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Well, my bad. How many users are we talking about in India? Because I think in China there's like 40 million crypto holders. So you're telling me they're beating that?
So I'm trying to skim this article. This is from Reuters. They broke the news yesterday. So it's in crypto adoption.
Because that's impressive. Because I know for a fact, like China's like 40 something million holders of cryptocurrency, right? Which is a ton.
China probably does, but no one's going to report that they own cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It's all illegal. India easily wins this, I think, in terms of crypto adoption. It's like, I think after India, like it may be the US. I'm not.
It should be the US, right? Countries with most.
Well, this is growth though. So this is looking at which countries are growing. I believe. I'm trying to see this.
I still think India would beat the US for even just outright holders as well.
So by percentage of this, so here, check this out. I don't know what year is this from. What year is this from? Hold on. Okay, in 2023, right? Which is actually pretty interesting. This is percentage of people actually live in the percentage population, right? So the UAE is number one because 30% of its population owns crypto, but obviously the population is like very small. So it's like, you know, 2 million people. Vietnam, USA, Iran, let's go. Philippines, Brazil, Saudi, Singapore, Ukraine, and Venezuela. I mean, India also has like a ton of people living in the country. So it's probably, that's why it's lower per percentage of its people, but it's pretty impressive numbers here. That was in 2023.
Sometimes in these countries, like in India and things like Indonesia, like a lot of it is held only on exchanges. I think that's why there was that recent hack with 0x, which was hacked in India. Yeah. And that's like a massive deal in India because I think the vast majority of people hold it on the exchange itself. I actually don't even think you can withdraw to crypto from some of the centralized exchanges. You can only withdraw to rupees. So for a lot of Indian people on chain, they hold it on exchange. And I think that's the case with a lot of different Asian countries. I'm not sure about Indonesia. I know there's an Indonesian hack recently as well, but like on chain is actually not that big a thing for many countries in crypto.
Got it.
A lot of it's through the exchanges, like South Korea as well. Like majority of stuff is on chain. Like that's why all the Telegram, you know, the whenever there's a Telegram new coin on the TON ecosystem, I mean, like dogs, they're always like the airdrop is actually done via Binance or via OKX. I don't know if you ever see that, but like generally they'll do it via a centralized exchange.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, because the government over there does not align with crypto at all. I mean, we got someone just writing this, but I remember we had someone working for us that was based there, and we had to stop paying him in crypto because he was actually scared.
Well, it's a 30% tax, I think, if you take it out and
They tax it right away. Yeah.
the only off ramps are not even to banks. It's like the P2P services. So like it's like a disaster.
Yeah, it's tough
from India, and you have to pay them. You have to pay them PayPal because it's just such a. You have to first you get taxed 30%, and the second thing is it's really difficult to get on and off. Even though there's a huge amount of, you have to do it via centralized exchanges.
Okay, yeah, it's true because recently Arjun's saying, and it's true, we reported on that news. Binance was banned originally, but then recently they reopened
Rex got hacked.
right? So there was they came back there. So it seems like we have some people reporting live from there. So it's awesome. We get live news. Anyways, Tyler, talking about Prometheum, I'm interested about this one because isn't that literally aren't they literally feds? Like, is that literally the SEC that planted Prometheum?
So this is like the group of people who are going the purely compliant path. So Prometheum,
but nobody knows them, right? Like they're non-existent people.
Oh yeah, I don't recall. In the research I did this morning, I didn't see who's behind this. I don't know that. But what they are, they're a crypto platform registered as a special purpose broker dealer with the SEC. Yesterday, they officially launched their custody services for digital securities. They're going to support ETH, Uniswap, Arbitrum, Optimism, and the Graph, GRT. I thought that was an interesting fifth inclusion. They're positioning themselves as a compliant one-stop shop for crypto custody, and then in the near future, they plan to expand into trading. I think that the interesting part of the story here is they are trying to test the assumption of crypto tokens as securities, and then aim to prove that they can enable legal custody and trading of crypto tokens as securities, assuming that they are. Their co-CEO, Aaron Kaplan, he said, we're trying to be the PayPal of the digital asset industry.
But these guys are literally feds. Look at them. Like, there's an AI that made those photos.
Fuck these guys. I hate these guys.
Honestly, fuck them. And look at the comments. I love how their news got like 7 likes, right? And the comments are, comment number 1. I believe I speak for the entire space when I say you're bad actors attempting to profit off the politicization of the SEC. It's unethical at best, scummy at worst. CT does not welcome you. Second comment. No one cares about you and your ties to Gare Bear. Trash. And then you guys are criminals. I mean, these guys must be the most hated people in crypto, right?
Is Tyler a Fed?
Wait, Tyler, are you?
I'm just reporting on the story.
Wait, hold on.
Who told you to report on this, Tyler?
Yeah,
it's all over.
Oh, fuck.
It's all over.
Okay. Hold on.
What's interesting about this, I think I saw a tweet. It's on the other side. So, that in the eToro settlement, they basically said the ETH is not a security. I just saw that right before the show.
Yeah.
Does anybody use
But these things aren't securities. Like, why does the Prometheum business model matter at all? I think that's the question.
Are you defending
That's like something a Fed would say.
A white guy from Chicago too? That's crazy, bro.
DNC was just there,
Yeah.
It's all starting to be
Isn't Chicago like super democratic and everything too?
Yes, that is a fact.
Mando.
Where's Prometheum based?
Yeah. Actually, where is
Westwood, Chicago.
You know what? Actually,
we're definitely taking this one.
Let's do some research.
Prometheum, the future of markets. Let's see a company, contact us. Where are they saying? Oh, yeah, they don't want anyone coming to there where they live. It seems
company.
Surely they have an address.
Prometheum. I mean, I'm sure you can search in the registry. Prometheum Capital Company database.
All ex-bank employees, kind of similar to Tyler. What else can we find about these guys? All right, I'll get back to you when I
might be in trouble here.
Prometheum Ember Capital.
Prometheum Exchange.
Oh no, this one's Wall Street. If that's them, no, they're not Ember Capital. That's not them.
Oh no, they're based on Wall Street. They're based on Wall Street. Yeah,
Mark's safe.
Nobody has ever heard of these fuckers. They all look the same. No one's ever heard of these people. This guy doesn't even have a LinkedIn. Let me check out Aaron Kaplan's LinkedIn. All right, let's go.
I think that aligns with most crypto companies. I always think about this during conferences. I feel like there's the two cohorts. There's like the crypto Twitter cohort, and there's different niches in crypto Twitter, and then there's like the institutional side, and the two do not seem to have any overlap, like whatsoever.
Really there's one employee in there.
No, they have a number of employees. It looks like, but for now, it looks like they are based in they're based in New York, which is a shame. But I guess you're in the clear for now. Yeah, I agree with that. And there's also like the whole Bitcoin ecosystem as well. I feel like is so separate to a lot of the rest of crypto. Like there was a big thing today that like Pendle as well is doing a Bitcoin yield product, and like it gets immediately snapped up. Like there was that what's the name of the they're doing liquid staking on Bitcoin natively. I think it's for like Babylon or something. But like huge amounts of capital just moved into these things, and everyone else doesn't really hear about what's going on.
Yeah. It's it's definitely an interesting one for sure. Just a little update for everyone on this thing. It looks like our Raffle bot is down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me try. It looks like a Raffle bot is not loading. Yeah, it's not loading for me either. So it's not loading for anyone. So here's what we're going to do. We're still going to go on for a few minutes. So we have more topics to cover, but let me make the rules very clear now. So everybody's on the same page here. You need to be on the spaces. You need to follow Myriad Markets, Rollbit, and Fomo Hour, of course. So all three of them, Myriad Markets, Rollbit, and Fomo Hour. And you need to retweet the tweet that's pinned. Hell yeah, I'm gonna push my own shit. So retweet the pin link, follow Myriad, Rollbit, and Fomo Hour, and be on the Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna pick 2 lucky people to win CryptoPunks today. Because let me tell y'all are gonna win CryptoPunks today. That's for sure. But that's why it wasn't working. Site is working. I mean, sorry. I guess
it's the entry code part. You can't enter the code, so we'll just go with what you've said.
Okay. It's the entry code. It's not the website that's not that's not working. It's the entry code part. Yeah, you can't submit a code at all. So it's not the website's broken. I can't enter a code at all. Sorry guys. So this is how we're gonna be. And today's code was funny. Today's code was Mando's shirt. So maybe we'll keep that code for another day. As that is not working. Tyler, Mr. Tyler, what else you got for us today? This seems like you've had a lot to share today.
A lot came through this morning.
Yeah, dude.
I gave the lead in, so relevant to Myriad and prediction markets.
Yes.
So we got Judge Gia Cobb. She published her long form opinion on that Kalshi ruling, where she ruled in favor of them in their lawsuit against the CFTC. I'm trying to say, she basically says they didn't have the authority to conduct this review that led to them blocking Kalshi from listing political prediction markets in the U.S. And this is important because the CFTC is considering banning all exchanges on its watch from listing these prediction markets. And she says they exceed their statutory authority. Contracts do not involve unlawful activity or gaming. And it does look like she did in fact cite the previous Chevron defense precedent. So we talked about that when it broke and how that it would be important. Now we're already starting to see some examples of where it is like having a major impact in court rulings, impacting protocols that we all are potentially going to use.
That's interesting. I didn't know that it was because of Chevron ruling. That's actually super good. I mean, good for us, right?
I think so.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll definitely take that, which makes everything a little bit easier. I mean, damn,
it's a barrier to entry, right? Like when I started getting deeper into prediction markets this year, it was largely because a buddy wanted to bet on Biden dropping out effectively. And they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to go through like the VPN hurdles and whatnot. So I think if those get broken down, it will be a pretty big onboarding advantage, at least for folks in the US.
Yeah, that'll definitely help a lot. I mean, I find it ridiculous that you have to like geofence like the prediction markets that are in USDC markets, etc. Just like it just makes no sense. Like it's just a regular, you know what I mean? Like you're allowed to gamble in most places, right? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see where that legislation goes. But even before though, like it wasn't much. Like it wasn't even the SEC level. It was like CFTC had a bunch of like no action letters that were sent out to Polymarket and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And in the past, I think Polymarket had to pay like $1 million fine, $2 million fine in a couple of years ago. So it was never much.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think this is big.
Yeah, I think so as well, and we'll see where that takes us. Can't wait to get people to dive in more. I mean, we've just added, by the way, the quest for sharing the show today and get your points. So make sure you're farming. Make sure you're farming. Make sure you have your streak. Make sure you get your points. I mean, we've had it sorted for all three of us and everything that we do, so it's pretty fun. Anyways, look, I think that's a good roundup. Unless there's something I missed from your letter, say you want to talk about, Tyler.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a good roundup. Hopefully, we see some more green across NFTs. I'm looking at everything, leading. I see our pups is down. Okay. Dude, you like dog up, RSIC up, pups down. Dude, can you?
Pups is down every single day.
Oh my God. That is so funny. All right, y'all, get your last retweets in for the pinned tweet for the article that is pinned at the top. I am literally loading the tweet in right now, refreshing the Twitter picker. I've made the Twitter picker rules super strict, like dumb strict right now. It's crazy. I am tired of bots and people just retweet for the day that are able to come in. So we've made the you can appreciate that, but I made it not gonna say what I set it up as because I don't want y'all to game it, but I basically picked the strictest place options to be selected to come on here. So let me add now Myriad Markets Twitter accounts. Make sure you follow it and retweet the pinned article. Then Rollbit.com, of course, because none of this would be available to us without Rollbit and Fomo because it's the best fucking show. There you go. Picture and banner. I'm not gonna say what I put. I'm making it so strict. Oh my lord. You already know. Woo. All right, continue. All right, now I can share my screen. I'm not going to show you guys what I picked. There you go. Entry. See, it cut to only 200 entries. Boom, baby. You know that's strict enough. You know that's strict. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Please be it. So it was like super. Oh, let's go. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure I recognize the PFPs as well. NFTs Tycoon. So Delahose _Pam. NFTs Tycoon. Pretty sure I recognize the PFP. And Ashlad. OX Ashlad. Look at that. We got a lad on stage. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a real account. I absolutely love to see that. And then, well, I hope so. And then Ashlad. There you go. Oh yeah, that's real. He's tweeting about a few things. He's putting his own tweets to the beach. Can't be a bot.
Like that.
Bots don't go to the beach, right?
They can't get to the beach.
Bots can't get to the beach. So NFTs Tycoon, Delahose Pam here. And Ashlad, please make your way to the stage immediately. I think I heard. Oh, then they're both already here. Don't you love that? Yo, how you guys doing?
Let's fucking go, brother.
How you doing, NFTs Tycoon?
Yo, guys. How's it going? Good morning.
No fucking bots, baby.
This is fucking
bots.
Get it.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking punk for.
Let's go. I'll give you the fucking punk, baby.
Let's go. Blow that mic. Who's gonna blow that mic?
Let's go. All right. So who is? I think NFTs Tycoon's first and Ashlad is second. Okay, I'm hyped now. 5,000 people on stream too. Yeah, absolutely love to see that. Energetic winners. Let's fucking go. Oh, we did it, Sims. Who's
gonna blow that mic?
Hell yeah.
Blow on the mic, Mike. Give him the duck love.
All right. Metal duck. All right. This is for you, NFTs Tycoon. Well, congratulations. Hey, they're only going up. They're like, what, half an ETH now?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Congratulations, NFTs Tycoon. You just made half an ETH. I would probably hold on to that.
Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I would probably hold on to that. It sounds like Rectamber is just getting started. All right, Ashlad, are you ready?
I want the fucking punk broke.
Let's go. Oh, nice red guy as well. Congratulations.
I'm fudding. Yo, thank you so much, guys. This is awesome. I'll be back tomorrow.
I love that. Well, thank you very much, Ashlad. Thank you, Tycoon. Thank you, Ashlad. There you go, boys. I think I found a way. Sims, I'll share with you what I did after. We're not sharing on here, but bots stay home. And with that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.